Olena Gnes is a mother of 3 children. She took this video from inside that bomb shelter yesterday where she and her children were seeking cover. And Olena joins us now. Olena, are you with us?
Hello, I'm here. Yeah, still in the same bomb shelter like yesterday.
Olena, thank you for making time for us. Talk to me about when Kyiv, the renewed attacks on Kyiv began. Where were you? What were you told? What did you hear? And how did you and your children make it to the bomb shelter?
I was at home and I was about to take my kids to the dentist. We were about to drive, the same roads that was hit in the end. But we were lucky. I didn't drive, and this is why probably we survived. We were at home, then we heard explosions. When I read in the news that it's very serious, I took my kids and I rushed to the bomb shelter and stayed there for 5 hours.
Olena, let me understand. You were on the road and saw the bomb?
No, we heard these explosions.
Okay.
We couldn't see it. We are like in a remote area from the city center, but explosions are very loud and you can hear how it explodes.
So we're looking at a little bit of footage of the bomb shelter. Describe to me what it's like to be inside that space with your 3 young children.
Well, this bomb shelter is not typical, it's nice. This is why we decided to spend the night here. But there are very few bomb shelters, unfortunately, in Kyiv like this. Most of them do not look this nice. Here, I feel safer than at home, unfortunately. Because if you stay and sleep at home, just imagine you go to sleep, you put your kids to sleep, you say good night, you give them a kiss, but you don't know if you will see them in the morning. Because many children, many people were killed at night while they were sleeping by Russia.
Do your children understand that? Do they understand what's happening?
They do. It's their reality now. It's 8 months of war. And Russia has already stolen childhood from my children. Every day they are asking, is Putin still a president? Is he still alive? They also ask me when their daddy come back home, because my husband, he's in the army. And my eldest, she has Asperger's syndrome. She has high-functioning autism. So for her, this is especially destructive, this stress. It's very hard.
Olena, to be perfectly transparent with you and the audience, I have a sibling with autism, and any kind of disruption to the routine I know can be very difficult to manage. There is no routine, I imagine, in the midst of a war. How are you handling this with her and still allowing her to become a child who has to grow up in this?
It's getting really, really hard. I mean, mental health of all children of Ukraine is very much damaged right now, very much. And I want to say thank you to all these people abroad who are hosting our families, our women with children, and are helping. Because here, I mean, kids, it's already 8 months, like no proper education, no, cheerful place on the playground. On Monday, the playground was destroyed. Our playground where we used to play, I mean, no schedule. And for kids with autism, very hard. Basically, she gets worse. It gets worse for her. And I'm considering, making this tough decision. Should I stay here or how can I leave? I'm alone with 3 children. It's hard to say.
Do you know where you would go? Would you go to another location in the country or outside?
There is no safe place in Ukraine. Imagine that we have 9/11 every day. Every day a terrorist is trying to kill you. And for him, there are no red lines. He is just trying to kill as many people as possible, to evoke as much panic as possible. And it's like randomly, street, residential areas, playgrounds, whatever. There are no safe places in Ukraine. So if a person decides to go to a safe place, this would be to go abroad.
What does your husband say do you get to talk to him? When was the last time you saw him?
I cannot tell any details about my husband because he's in the army and I cannot share. But he just tells me to keep it up. Everything will be fine.
Do you believe that?
I do. I have no other option.
You know, as you mentioned, it has been 8 months. We've been watching it from a great distance, but with a lot of interest and a lot of fear and concern and empathy. What do we need to know? What do we need to understand this far down the line into a war?
A very simple thing, that Russia is a criminal, Russia is a terrorist, and we have to recognize it. Now, if somebody kills someone, he is taken to prison. If it's a group of people who are criminals, yeah, they are prosecuted, they are taken to prison. If it's a president, if it's a country, and a criminal has the army and has nuclear weapon, does it make him, a respected person, or it's still a criminal? Does in nuclear weapons, the army, does it give him a permission to destroy and kill innocent people and attack any countries? No. So we have to face it. Russia is a terrorist state, and at least it should be recognized. And there is no other way how we can bring peace back to Ukraine but to defeat Russia, because Russia will stop killing and destroying only when it will be physically not able to do this, only after this. Till Russia can destroy, it will destroy. If it destroys Ukraine, they will go on with another countries.